Rams at the Buccaneers. Matthew Stafford and co. 3-point dogs to Tom Brady and the Bucks. Who's going here? Who's winning?
This is like a put up or shut up game for the Rams because they made all those moves, and if they lose this week, they got the same spot they did with Goff last year, or with whoever the hell they were rolling out there last year. I forget his name already.
John Wolford. Come on.
Wolford.
The
That's
GOAT.
right. That's right. That's right.
Pride of what? Wake Forest, right? Wasn't he Wake Forest?
Yeah, Wake Forest, former Jet.
Okay, right. I like that. Another banner for the Jets to hang.
Yeah. So even in the Patriots, sound like Bob Shoes now, confusing Buccaneers and Patriots. Even in the Bucks win last week, I feel like the line looked like an issue, and like the Eagles kind of got to Brady a little bit. And I think you exemplified it this week where the Rams front is better than the Eagles front. We don't know how healthy the Bucks line is. I think I'm going to roll with the Rams plus 3.
Let's go. We are in agreement. You're right. I feel like no one, because the game was like 31-0. The game was a blowout, and Jalen Hurts really struggled, so it kind of took the attention off it. But you're right. Like, Tom Brady's under siege. That Eagles front line, they're like good. Don't get me wrong. They got a lot of pressure on Brady. Now you're facing a better defensive line with, like I said, a banged up O-line. That's a bad recipe. That's the one areas we know that always kind of gets Tom Brady. I'm with you. I think the Rams are going to, forget cover, I think they're going to flat out win. As long as Matthew Stafford doesn't, now I know that's a tough, only or but thing to put in there. But if Matthew Stafford doesn't turn the ball over, which has only been 7 games this year, they are 7-0. Like, the Rams win games if Matthew Stafford just kind of gets out of the way. I don't know about you. I don't think he has to really light it up. Like, if he's a game he had similar to last week where he doesn't throw the ball a ton but just efficient and doesn't turn it over, I think the Rams could win this game. I don't think it has to be a shootout where it's like 34-31 or a game like it was early in the year when they played where Stafford, threw for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns, really lit it up. It's going to be a defensive, low-scoring game. Just don't turn it over.
Yeah. And their run game looked good. Like, Cam Akers coming back is incredible, and he looked fresh as hell last week. So,
By the way, torn Achilles. Thankfully, have you ever done that? I've never done that.
No.
But it sounds like the most painful injury you could have. And to do it in, was it July? And now he's back in January is unreal. Absolutely unreal. But like I said, he looked really good. He looks fresh. Almost 100 yards total last week. He is looking good. And hey, if OBJ's to throw a pass or two, not the worst thing in the world. Guy's a cannon. Guy's an absolute cannon. Final game of the slate, Pooley. A very good one as well. Bills at Chiefs. Bills Mafia went in there and stopped them the first time. Can they get a repeat for performance? Or is Mahomes going to keep on marching?
So I think I can finally admit that Josh Allen's good now that the Darnold train is done in New York. I feel like that was always the thing, was you couldn't admit that Josh Allen was good because you were trying to convince yourself that Darnold was the right pick. Now that mess is done, I can finally do a 180 and admit that Josh Allen's really good. But also in this, I know I'm going to contradict myself from the last pick, but it's hard to beat a team twice in their building, which is what the Bills are going to have to do. And you see how last week Kansas City can sleepwalk and just turn it on in a second. I have a hard time going against them, so I'm going to take Kansas City as the favorite.
It's funny. I'm with you. I'll take the Chiefs. I'm kind of the same boat as you when it comes to Josh Allen. It takes me a very long time to kind of come around on him. With the accuracy, the first 2 years were just kind of eh. And I was, hate to admit, I was a Sam Darnold believer. I really thought the Jets kind of screwed him. This year would be the year he kind of blossoms in Carolina. As we know, unfortunately, no, it's not the Jets. It's not the offensive line, or it's not the lack of weapons or Adam Gase. It is Sam Darnold. He stinks. He absolutely stinks, but I was with you. I was holding out hope. I was holding on to the last possible straw that Sam Darnold was actually a good quarterback, and part of that was kind of just saying, Josh Allen, fine, he's all right. I think we can finally put that to bed. I'm with you. Josh Allen is, safe to say, a little bit better than Sam Darnold for sure. But I'm with you. I think it's not only tough to beat a team twice, but also, too, when you look at how these two teams, where they were in the seasons when they played earlier this year, the Chiefs arguably this was their low point. This game and the Titans game, they just played 2 of the worst games of their season against those two teams. They're a totally different team now. The defense is a lot better. Mahomes and Co. and offense have really kind of hit their stride. I mean, like you said, last week, for a quarter and a half, they played terrible. For 25 minutes of the game, they were shut out and looking inept. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, you blink, and there's 42 points in the board. How the hell did this happen? The Chiefs' offense finally looks like they got the Chiefs' offense of old. And I think it's a problem for Josh Allen and Co. I don't know about you, I don't trust the Bills' run game, and I don't trust their defense. You're a Jets fan. You especially saw the last game of the year. The Jets' defense really kind of put Josh Allen in blender for 3/4